Good morning, good morning, good morning. I need you to talk back to me. I need you to talk back to me because a lot of you were watching me last night on News 5 on your side. So it's 11 o'clock at night, so you know, it was a quick turnaround for me. So good morning. All right, I'm so happy to be here with you today. Let's give another round of applause for this awesome celebration that we are witnessing today. And can we give another round of applause for the visionary, Dr. Bradley, for her commitment to bringing all of us together and celebrating sisterhood. Another shout out I have to give to my fairy godmother, that is Alexandra Johnson Boone, who has molded me and shaped me and really inspired me to do what I am doing today. But there's one person that I better mention or it's going to be a long ride home. And that is my mother is here with me today. So, Mom, if you would stand, Maddie Harris. Some of you may know her as Mama S.H.I.N.E. That is Mama S.H.I.N.E. And as you heard, I do have an organization called S.H.I.N.E. It is a 501c3 that I started 3 years ago because I am passionate about helping hurting women and also empowering young girls. So repeat after me. S, I am special. H, I have been handpicked to do something unique. I am influential. And I am needed in my community. And I will excel in excellence. Now touch your heart and say, I am a woman who shines. Now say it like you mean it with an attitude. Roll your neck. I am a woman who shines. All right, give yourselves a round of applause. So this is an organization that I started 3 years ago. We have hundreds of women that I meet with each and every month. Our website is shine-now.org if you would like to learn more about what I do. I also am in the Cleveland schools, and I have a Shine Girls program because I believe we have to start planting the seeds in our little sisters, right? And so I go into the schools twice a week, and I mentor 4th through 8th grade girls and teach them how to feel good about who they are and teach them what a healthy, come on, somebody, relationships, and how about this, financial literacy, okay? So I'm trying to do my part to help us to shine because no matter how dark your issue, we all have the ability to shine. So how many of you are here for the first time? Wave your hand in the air and wave it like you care. All right, okay. How many of you came because a friend told you to come? Word of mouth. Where my word of mouth? Friend told you to come. All right. How many of you came because you were threatened to come? All right, yeah, I see you over there. I see you over there. Okay, I know it's still early, but let's be honest. How many of you feel good because you made a choice to be here this morning? Wonderful, 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 wonderful. Sisters, we are conditioned as little girls to take care of babies, cook for our families, clean our homes. And then we learned that we could bring home the bacon fried up in a pan and never, ever let my man forget that he is my man. Sisters, we are expected to juggle balls labeled home, family, career, church, community with the ease of a circus performer who is seasoned with time and the innate ability to keep everything moving in the air as if our hand and ball relationship were as fluid as Ginger Rogers and Fred Astaire. Sisters, we take care of them and we handle it. We worry about what they will say and we stress if he is not okay. But there comes a time when we must stop and pause and take a good look at who we've become. Doing so many things, fulfilling so many roles that our me nerves have become numb. Do you remember me? You know, the one who always takes a backseat to others. Do you remember me? The one who sacrifices so that you and you and you and you can be happy? Do you remember me? The one who never takes a time out, because whenever it's time for me, they are always out of time. Do you remember me? The one who always gives, but it's always taken for granted. Do you remember me? That part of you that has been waiting for your attention, but you have it sitting in detention for an offense that you can't even mention. For to do so with me, you have to silence your inner chatter. You know that chatter, those voices that say, I know, I have to say no to them and yes to me. So today, sisters, as we take a moment to reflect and soul inspect, it's clear to see that the busy bee is busy with everything and everyone except me. And so we stare in the mirror, and it reflects our truth. Wearing too many headpieces has stolen our peace. You see, sisters, we have become the Mad Hatters, ignoring the one hat that seems to never cover our mind, the hat that's labeled, I matter. Today, I'm so glad to see that all of you decided to take time out of your Saturday to invest in yourself. It was a choice that you made, whether you are here alone or with friends and family. The bottom line is that today, something inside of you said, I'm going to do something that's just for me. I'm going to participate in something that's going to make me feel good about me. You did this because that something inside of you said, I matter. I matter to me. You see, I matter is a choice. It's a decision that only you can make. I matter is an attitude. An attitude is defined as your mental position towards something. And when you say to yourself, I matter, you are stating an attitude that you have developed about yourself, and then you begin to create an atmosphere around you that feels good, it feels healthy, it gives you a quality of life. So here's a news flash for you. You are the only you that you've got. So it is critical that you take care of yourself emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally. Sisters, just because it is our nature to nurture, it doesn't mean we tend to all the other flowers in the garden, neglecting our growth, which makes us a weed. We must choose to make me a priority. The I matter hat covers the mind in a belief system that I must do the work to create a better version of myself. It's that type of attitude that will determine your altitude in life. So the question I have for you this morning, my sisters, how high do you want to fly? New York Times bestselling author John Maxwell writes in his book, The Winning Attitude, about the attitude of a plane. All planes have an attitude indicator. The attitude is the aircraft's position in relation to the horizon. Every pilot knows that it is important that you know the attitude of the plane that you are flying. Why? Because attitude dictates performance. When the airplane is climbing, it's in a nose-high attitude because it's pointed above the horizon. And when the airplane is diving, it's in a nose-down attitude. So the attitude determines the altitude. Do you hear me? Sisters, if you want to go higher, you must change your attitude. And usually we speak of sisters who walk with their nose up in the air and stuck up. But in the context of today, because some of you are too down, I want to encourage you to get a nose-high attitude about taking care of yourself, so that the quality of your life can begin to improve. This has nothing to do with how much money you have in your bank account. This is not about money. This is about mindset. But I know that some of your planes are grounded right now because you don't know how to begin to embrace this I matter lifestyle. So let's start with, first of all, removing the guilt. The guilt. The guilt you feel that you got in your car today and you left your children, you left your man, you left those dishes, you left that laundry, and you came here to do something for you. Kill the guilt. Because you are of no good to anyone else if you are no good to yourself. So this morning, I want to encourage you to shift your mental gears from caretaker to self-care. This means, sisters, you got to start eating right. Now, I like a fried chicken and a chitlin and all that collard greens and a ham hock just like everybody else. But every now and then, you got to put a salad in there somewhere. You need to learn how to exercise and discipline yourself to do it regularly. Even if you just go take a walk, that's better than always taking a seat. And then, sisters, you have to get sufficient rest. See, a lot of us physically sleep, but we don't mentally rest. And that's why a lot of you woke up this morning tired, because your mind was going all night long. Some of you felt guilty even last night because you knew you were coming here today. Release the guilt, release the worries. And can I tell you, today is a day where we just rest our minds. My grandmother used to say, worrying won't make it better. So you need to let it go and rest. The next thing we need to do, and this is really tough for a lot of you in this room, you've got to choose solitude over people. You got to learn how to sometimes choose solitude over people. Get your phone and switch it to do not disturb. I don't care if it's 30 minutes, 1 hour, if you have a day or a whole weekend. An I matter lifestyle, this nose high mental attitude dictates, listen to this, that you got to unplug in order to recharge. You've got to learn how to unplug so that you can recharge the people, the children, the issues, the problems, the family, and those friends that tag and drag that you don't know how to shake. Because a lot of you got them tag and drag friends. They always want to pull you down. But you don't have the strength nor the wisdom to handle all those things effectively if you don't learn how to choose solitude, to get free from the noise and the distractions. Tap into your me, because then you're going to find it's easier for you to breathe. Exhale, because solitude says, I am sufficient company for myself. I'm going to help you today. Some of you see being alone is doing that, being lonely. No, just because you're alone, it doesn't mean you are lonely. And I don't know about you, but I enjoy my own company. And I would be careful if you're engaging with people who don't like being with themselves. You may want to check that. It's in solitude, sisters, that you discover the depths of your essence, and then it solidifies in your mind that, yes, I do matter. Take time to read a book. Take a bubble bath with some candles. Put a picture of Idris up there and play some Luther and fantasize. Meditate. Learn how to meditate on the good that's happening in your life. Have you ever just put your feet in the sand and then you just look up? Get that nose high attitude and just look up. Keep your nose above your troubles and your circumstances. And can you just breathe in the fact that you are feeling in that moment? That you can feel, hear, taste, and see light? And then whisper to yourself, I matter. And I matter attitude, sisters, kicks that superwoman persona to the curb. I'm not your superwoman. Y'all know the song. Come on, come on. I'm not the kind of girl that you can let down and think that everything's okay. Boy, I am only human. Yeah, yeah. Come on. I'm not a superwoman. I'm not a superwoman. Sisters, you are human. So say goodbye to that inner superwoman. That means you got to say no to perfectionism. Nothing and no one is perfect. We all work hard. We try to stay disciplined in order to be perfected in our purpose in life. So you got to say hasta la vista to your inner superwoman. That means you got to pull the life support from that inner control freak. Oh, I heard somebody say, uh-oh. Yeah, I stepped on a corn. You got to pull the plug on that inner control freak that has you believing that if your hand isn't in everything, it won't be done correctly because only you know how to do it. Ooh. Ouch. Hi, my name's Danita. I'm a control freak. All right, I'm talking to myself. But you got to say bye to that mentality because, sisters, you can't do it all. And we have to learn how to delegate responsibilities to responsible people. Why? Because something in you says, I matter and I need time for me. So repeat after me. It's okay to say no. Tell your sister, look at her, say, it's okay to say no. Learn how to say, no, I can't. No, I'm not. No, I won't. Get comfortable saying no. Because sometimes when you're saying no to others, what you're really doing is saying yes to being your best. Adopting an I matter attitude means you got to take care of your mental health. Can we go there this morning? Take care of your mental health. It is a documented fact that women who exercise, have a healthy diet, rest well, they have less depression and anxiety. So can we admit to ourselves this morning that some of us in this room, we are just emotionally overweight. We are emotionally overweight. In the words of the great songstress Erykah Badu, bag lady, you gonna hurt your back. Dragging all them bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you that all you must hold on to is you. We have to stop picking up bags that don't have our name on it. We have to stop. It's like some of us hang out in the baggage claim area picking up other people's bags. Nobody told us to, but we just pick it up because the only way that some of us feel validated is if we are helping others. Admit it, some of you are help addicts. You're help addicts. There's nothing wrong with helping other people, but when helping them begins to hurt you, it's time to drop the dead weight. It's time to drop the dead weight. You know why? You know why it's dead? Because it's killing me. It's killing me. Have you ever felt sad and heavy, and it wasn't your issues, but it was the issues and problems of your family and friends that had worn you out? It's not even you. And you are caring more about their issues than they are. Sisters, why do you keep assuming the job of an emotional bellhop for other people's baggage? You are not an emotional bellhop. That's part of the reason why you're emotionally overweight this morning. So today, I want you to pretend, get out a pink slip and sign it. Sign your pink slip, look at yourself and say, you're fired. You're fired. Why? Because some of you have been picking up other people's bags to distract you from your own baggage. Because this is what you say. If I focus on them, I don't have to deal with me. We are carrying so much emotional baggage from childhood, adolescence, adulthood, and we never deal with it. And then we numb the pain with addictions. Addicted to pleasing people and settling for being dissatisfied. Addicted to buying fancy clothes to cover it up, but on the inside, we never grew up. Addicted to doing things just to be seen while hoping nobody ever peeks behind our veil because, oh, what a story that would be to tell. Sisters, our stage performance rarely matches our behind-the-scenes reel. Addictions. We wear them like our emotional Spanx. We wear them like our emotional Spanx, trying to keep everything pushed in so that we appear to everyone on the outside that we are so smooth, we have it all together, and we are snatched. But see, sisters, when we get the courage to take off the Spanx and stop hiding and seek the why of our truths, then we begin to deal with the roles of excess that show themselves as soon as we take it off. You look at this role. This is my unforgiveness. This is my molestation. This is my daddy never said he loved me. This is the man who left me. This is from the girl who told me I was ugly on the playground. This is from my mama's side of the family who says I think I'm better because I'm light. This is the rejection I carry from men who never called me back because I was too black. And this is my low self-esteem. And this is from my sibling who always treats me mean. Sisters, we got to take care of our emotional baggage, mental mind games that we play with ourselves. And it has some of us this morning feeling overwhelmed and stressed out. So did it ever occur to you that maybe you need to talk it out? I matter says I need help. I matter says I seek help. I matter means I get help. Counselors and therapists are needed to provide you with coping techniques to help you keep your plane in the air. Because if you broke your leg, you're going to the Cleveland Clinic right away. Because you're going to go see a medical doctor. So why is it, sisters, that when our mind is fractured, broken, why is it when we're having challenges processing life in a healthy manner, why don't we go get that help as well? The only shame is that you would not love yourself enough to get the therapy necessary to make you an even better you. So today I came by to tell you, just drop the shame and bring your best self to the game. And then I want you to put your jersey on, and instead of your last name on the back, I wanted to say, I matter. I matter. You'll feel better. You'll feel brighter. You'll be lighter. I'm a witness. See, one of the keys to successful relationships is communication. And if you believe that you matter, sisters, you got to also commit to communicating your authentic thoughts, not watered down thoughts, not saying what you think people want you to feel and think, but you've got to learn how to share your genuine needs, your wants, your values. And can I go here? And then, sisters, we got to learn how to set some boundaries that work within our nose-high attitude framework. That means, sisters, you cannot allow people to cross lines that's going to send your plane into a rapid nosedive. I need you to give the great pretender, oh, you know the great pretender. I want you to give that great pretender a one-way ticket to Easter Blip, and I want you to start expressing how you feel about things. Some of us are walking pressure cookers in this room. You're like a walking pressure cooker. You know why? Because you internalize everything and you don't let it out. So when the heat gets turned up on your life, you walk around rattling, just like the lid on a pressure cooker. When the heat goes up, you start rattling like that lid. What happens if you take the lid off a pressure cooker all at once? Boom, right? Boom. But the lids on a pressure cooker got a little knob, and that little knob rattles, and if you lift it up, what happens? It lets the steam out, psst, consistently, psst, gradually, psst. It lets the steam out daily. Psst. You got to learn to let it burn and get the steam out. Get the steam out. How do you get the steam out? That means you got to vent to your accountability partner, and if you don't have one, get one. That means you got to pray, you got to meditate, run, jump, dance it off. It's a way of being kind to yourself. And why do you need to do this? Because it's going to save other people from your boom. Don't look at me funny, because you got a boom side. Every woman has a boom side. You know when she's about to come out. I named mine. I got one. Her name is Danita. You don't see her on News 5. Danita is not on News. Do you have a name for yours? Who has a name for their boom sister? Everybody got a boom sister inside of them. Here's how I keep Danita in check. I don't let things fester inside of me. I don't let too many things slide that are truly bothering me. I get it out. I go to therapy when I feel like life is getting too hard. I will plop myself down on the couch and let it out. Because if you don't, it becomes like a cancer inside of you that begins to erode you from the inside out. Internalizing without release can make you physically ill. Headaches, high blood pressure, upset stomachs. You got to speak up, sisters, and speak your truth. I used to internalize everything, and I never would say what was truly going on with me, what I was thinking and feeling. I was trying to blend in with everybody. How many of you trying to blend in where you really don't fit in, but you don't want to be the oddball? And then in 1996, Dr. Bradley, I was working at BET, and they were laying off people, and I was so scared and nervous and fearful of not having a job. But instead of expressing how I felt, I held it on and like, I'm cool, I'm good, it's going to be all right, I'm good, I'm good. And then one day I was at my desk, and a colleague came up and said that she had been tapped and she lost her job. And when I stood up to give her a hug, I blacked out. When I woke up, I was in an ambulance on my way to a hospital. It was suggested that I go to a counselor. And I remember in my first session, after saying everything, my counselor said, I don't know how you've made it this far with so much that's going on inside of you. So many women come up to me at my S.H.I.N.E meetings, and as soon as I grab their hand, I see the tears well up in their eyes, and they break down and cry. Why? Because so much is bottled inside, and you never give yourself permission to cry. Why? Because I'm Superwoman. The reason why many of you in this room hold it in is because you have bought into a thought pattern in your mind that your voice doesn't matter. My voice doesn't matter. Why bother? They won't understand. They never take me seriously. I'm being too sensitive. I just won't say anything. Newsflash, your silence is killing your me. Your silence is killing your me. Remember me? Do you remember me? Sister, self-love destroys those self-defeating thoughts in your mind. So I need you this morning to fall in love with the woman in the mirror. The woman who has been to hell and back. The woman who is flawed. The woman who doesn't always know the perfect words to say. The woman who is sitting here right now and you feel like today just may not be my day. The woman who struggles with her body and liking her body, telling herself she's too thin, she's too fat, she's too tall, she's too short, she's too dark, she's too light. I'm talking about the woman who is always told she's wrong no matter how many times she attempts to do right. The woman who works 2 jobs, raises her kids on her own, cleans her house, pays her bills with no help from Tyrone. Can you just look at yourself today and say, I matter and I love me? And you listen to them say, why bother? Why bother? Because I matter. They won't understand. Well, you know what? I can no longer stand to keep being this way. So today I'm going to take a stand, and I affirm me, and I declare in front of all of you, hi, my name is Danita, and I matter. They don't want to take you seriously? Well, then you got to start showing them that you will no longer be the punchline to their jokes by valuing your thoughts and emotions enough to speak up when they try to put you down. Because you need to matter to you. Another thing, how many of you have planners? Planners. Where are my planners, people? How many of you use your phones to schedule your day? You got alerts and things go off, okay? How many of you in your planners right now, your calendar, do you have something scheduled that's just for you? It's only for you, doesn't include your man, your children, your family, your friends. You have scheduled something just for you. That's what I thought. There's no trip in there, no massage, no yoga session, no Zumba class, something just for you. Not many of you saying anything. What about, do you have me time written there? How many of you write me-cation? Have you ever taken a me-cation? We don't do that. Sisters, you have to start scheduling self-care just like you schedule to get that weave freshened up when those tracks get out of whack. You know, just like your car needs an oil change every 3 months, dentists want to see you to get those teeth cleaned every 3 months because it's necessary. Why? Because your car needs oil so that the engine doesn't get ruined. Teeth needs to be clean so that you don't get them all rotten and they fall out. We got one body. This is your vehicle. You got to get an oil change. You got to keep it tuned up. You've got to schedule mental and physical maintenance on this. You've got to get your physicals. Check out what's happening with the vehicle. Then you have to do things, sisters, that will enhance the body, but also make you feel good about you. So you're right. I don't care. Get that hair done. Get those nails. Go line dancing. Find a hobby. Schedule a day trip. Go for a ride on the train. Just enjoy the scenery. I mean, just do that and relax. Take a vacation. You ever want to hop on a plane and go somewhere where nobody knows your name, but they're awfully glad you came? Sometimes I want to go somewhere. I don't want to be Danita Harris News 5. I don't want to be Danita Harris Minister. I just want to go be Danita. Embracing an I matter attitude means you first sit and you think. And you have to say, I want to do something for me. And then you plan it, you schedule it, and then you do it. Faith without works is what? Thank you very much. We can't expect people to treat us better than we treat ourselves. And for my single sisters in the house, where are my single sisters? Dr. Bradley, wait. Okay, I'm just going. My single sisters in the room, you want that knight in shining armor? And you want him to come sweep you off your feet? Then you better schedule that pedicure and keep your feet tight. You got to smooth out those heels so there'll be something he'll want to feel. Got to take care of yourselves. Because knights in shining armor don't want a damsel in distress. He wants to see a woman who is shining and doing her best. When he sees how well you take care of you, that intrigues him to see if you could be his boo. See, you're going to have a hard time getting to I do if you keep saying I don't. Because he's going to say, you have good credit? I don't. You eating right? I don't. You exercise? I don't. You got a bank account? I don't. You have any goals? I don't. Do you know what you want to do in life? I don't. You're going to have a hard time getting to I do if you keep saying I don't to what really matters to you. Believing that I matter means it's intentional. You got to flip those I don'ts into I do. And you do that by carving out time for yourself. My last point. If you want to fly high and you want to soar over your problems, develop an attitude of gratitude. I think it's great to start a gratitude journal. How many of you journal already? Okay. So it's good to start a gratitude journal because there's something about writing it down and seeing it for yourself, all the things that you were grateful for in that given day. It really trains your mind to focus on the good. And when you focus on the good, it produces positive thoughts about yourself. And positive thoughts lead to positive actions. So let's be honest. We know we can talk about the bad all day long. Always talk about what's wrong in our lives. But when we develop an attitude of gratitude, it makes us feel like, you know what? I can't be all bad if I got all this good going on in my life. I must matter to me to be able to list these good things that I have experienced. You know what? I am grateful for it. If you're having a hard time starting, let me give you the number one thing. I'm grateful that I'm alive. I'm just grateful that I'm alive. Your life isn't perfect, sisters. We know this. And yes, we know there are things that you can improve upon. But the fact that you are here this morning at this Sisterhood luncheon is something that you should be grateful for. Because there's another chance today for you to learn something new that's going to make you a better you. Feed your I matter attitude today with the information you're going to hear because it's going to inspire you to live in my best life. Yeah. You got to fuel your inner me by engaging in conversations today with a sister you have never met before. Empower yourself by activating the principles you're going to learn today into your daily living. And stay mindful of the fact that you matter. And because you believe that about yourself, you can respect and honor your sisters in this room. Because guess what? They matter. We are sisters, and we matter. You matter, and I matter. This is the attitude that will take you to mental and spiritual altitudes that you can't even comprehend right now. So, sisters, yes, we wear many hats. At times, it feels like we're the Mad Hatter. But never forget to put on that one that says, I matter. Because you do. And it doesn't matter if anyone else believes it, as long as you always matter to you. Give yourselves a round of applause. You can do better than that. You're clapping for yourself. Show yourself how much you love yourself and that you matter. Before we get down. All right.
Question and answers.
Question. You get to ask me questions. All right. We have a mic out here somewhere, and they're going to be roaming around. So if you have any questions or comments that you want to say at this time, put your hand in the air and wave it like you care. Something you want to ask me. I'm an open book. So what is it you'd like to know? Yes, right here. Oh, a copy of my speech. I will send it. I will make it available. All right. I'll make sure Dr. Bradley has it. And thank you. Thank you. Okay. What are you saying? How will they be able to get it?
Another reason to get that raffle prize, you're going to be getting something to put your name and email address on so that we can send it to you if she's willing to share. So there'll be a form that you're going to fill out. Go online for some follow-up questions, but we'll get that. And if you're on our list, we'll get it to you. And thank you for sharing. Thanks, Valerie.
Thank you. Thank you. And thank you for wanting my speech. Anyone else have a question or comment over there? Oh, okay. Oh, there's one right there, too. Okay. If you want to stay right there, she's right there. She's right at that table. You can stand up. Yes.
Young women in their 20s.
She's 21 and she's struggling as she's coming into her womanhood. The one thing that I would encourage you to do as a woman standing before you at that age, I had very low self-esteem and I did not think much of myself at all. I would get into the practice of affirmations, totally affirming who you are. I would take quiet time for yourself so that you can get the confidence that you need at 21. 20s are turbulent. 20s are a time of discovery. You're trying to figure out who you are. And I don't care what it is. Everything is extreme. If you're having a great day, it's a great day. But if it's bad, it's really bad. So is that you? Okay. So you need to get centered in who you are and start liking yourself by affirming yourself. Discover what's inside more than what's outside. You're a beautiful woman, but you need to discover the gifts that you have on the inside and start celebrating your uniqueness. In our 20s, we tend to compare ourselves to our other peers. And, if I look like her, I don't, and then it tends to get us down. Become strong in you. Take the time and do the work. Take the time and do the work to discover who you are, identify those things that are great about you, celebrate it about you, and then stand firm in who you are. Yes. We're right here. Siobhan.
Hey. So thank you so much for what you shared. It definitely resonated with me. And my question is, what is the last book that you've read that's made a major impact on your life?
I actually just read the John Maxwell book, Winning Attitude, because I'm a person who's been through therapy and counseling and trying to train my mind to think better about myself. And a lot of you, yes, I'm on TV every day, but it was a process and a journey for me to put myself in front of a camera. My mind really played a lot of tricks on me. And so I used to tell myself that I was ugly, unattractive. I was straight A student, but I would tell myself I was stupid. I hid behind the scenes for 6 years being a television producer because I thought I was so unattractive. I did not want to scare you in your homes. Why did I do that? Because I compared myself to other women. And so I had to learn affirmations and build my self-esteem and talk to myself. I was like being Mary Jane. I had the Post-it notes all over the place. Everywhere I look, I needed to affirm myself something positive about me. So Winning Attitude by John Maxwell, I totally would suggest that because it totally has changed my mind. And another book that I suggest to everyone, women especially, is The Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer. Battlefield of the Mind by Joyce Meyer is good. Okay, yes, who's next? We do have some people over here, yes.
I just wanted to make a comment. I returned from Bali, Indonesia last night, and they had a Sisterhood event for the last 3 days. And so someone asked me, what made me decide to come there? I said, because just like you, I need to rejuvenate. I need to refresh. I need to reflect, think about what's working and what's not working. Sometimes we as soldiers have to take a look at someone else. You think your cross is so hard to bear, but someone that can have a smaller cross this big, and it can be a bigger challenge. Sometimes you just need to reach out to each other to understand that what's behind the cover of the book is not the story. Someone's already done your journey. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. You have all these blessings here today. Reach out to a couple sisters while you're here today. Tell them your story, and don't be afraid to say, I got raped, my husband left me, my dog bit me, my child ain't doing right, whatever it is. If you need to cry while you're saying it, say it, get it out, move forward, leave it behind us, and go head on and celebrate your life. You get one. You don't get 9 like a cat. And make sure that while you're here, you can't take it with you. Not King Tut. It's not going in the grave with you. Somebody might take it. Enjoy it, embrace it, and celebrate this opportunity that you have today. You got one day to be with your sisters.
That's good. That's
Lift
good.
each other up.
That's good. And you know what? She said something key. The soldiers, those of us who are encouragers, need to be encouraged. And one of the reasons why I like this event so much is a time where I can come, like, I'm going to be here all day. I'm not going to speak and leave. I'm going to sit here all day. Because you know what? I need everything that's being served today. Not just for my physical body, but for my mind as well. And so you making the choice to come here today, I want you to get ready because there's a buffet prepared for you today that's going to make you a better you.